What if I told you that the thing slowly killing you every single day is not alcohol, not cigarettes, not drugs, but something you did this morning, something you will do again tonight, and something you have been doing your entire life without even knowing it was dangerous? What if the real killer is hiding inside your daily routine, inside your habits, your silence, your sleep schedule, your meal choices, your stress, and nobody ever warned you? What if I told you that millions of men are dying younger than they should? Not because of bad luck, but because of 5 specific habits that are silently destroying them from the inside, and alcohol. The one everyone blames is only number 5 on that list. Right now, in the next few minutes, everything you thought you knew about men's health is about to change. Stay with me until the very end, because habit number 1 will shock you, and once you hear it, you will never look at your daily life the same way again. What if the life you are living right now, the routine you call normal, is actually the very thing that is robbing you of years, energy, strength, and purpose? What if the habits you have accepted as ordinary are quietly, invisibly, and systematically shortening your life, and you have no idea it is happening? Today, we are going to talk about 5 habits that are literally stealing men's lives. And I want you to listen very carefully, because this is not just information. This is your wake-up call. This is the conversation that nobody around you is brave enough to have with you. And by the time we reach habit number 1, I promise you, something inside you will shift forever. Let us begin with habit number 5. And yes, this is the one everyone already knows about: alcohol. Now here is what is shocking. Alcohol is on this list at number 5, meaning there are 4 other habits ahead of it that are doing even more damage. But let us not dismiss it, because the damage alcohol does to the male body is devastating and deeply misunderstood. When a man drinks regularly, not even heavily, just regularly, his liver begins working overtime every single night. The liver is responsible for over 500 functions in the human body. 500. And when alcohol enters your system, the liver drops everything else and focuses entirely on eliminating this poison. Meanwhile, your hormones go unregulated. Your blood sugar spikes and crashes. Your brain chemistry gets altered. Your testosterone levels fall. And the worst part? The damage happens slowly. A man can drink for 10 years and feel fine, until suddenly he does not feel fine at all. And by then, the damage is already done. But here is the part that truly shocks people. Studies show that men who consume even moderate amounts of alcohol regularly have a measurably higher risk of liver disease, several types of cancer, heart failure, and neurological damage. And yet, alcohol is still only number 5, which means what comes next is even more serious and far less talked about. Habit number 4. Emotional suppression. What if I told you that the phrase "man up," those 2 words that men hear their entire lives, is one of the most medically dangerous phrases in human culture? Here's the truth that most people are not prepared to hear. Men are biologically wired to feel emotion just as deeply as women. The pain is the same. The grief is the same. The fear is the same. But from childhood, men are trained, socially, culturally, sometimes violently, to suppress every single one of those emotions. Do not cry. Do not complain. Do not show weakness. Keep it inside. Handle it. And so men handle it. They bury it. They distract themselves. They stay busy. They drink. They work longer hours. They go quiet. And all the while, inside the body, something terrible is happening. When emotions are suppressed, the body does not actually eliminate them. They get stored. They manifest as physical symptoms: elevated blood pressure, chronic headaches, digestive problems, weakened immunity, muscle tension, insomnia, and at the deepest, most devastating level, depression. Here's a number that should stop everyone cold. Men are 3.5 times more likely to die by suicide than women. 3.5 times. And the reason is not that men feel less. The reason is that men are never taught how to process what they feel. They are handed silence and told it is strength. Emotional suppression does not make a man stronger. It makes him sick. It makes him isolated. And statistically, it makes him die younger. This is not weakness. This is biology. And understanding it could save your life. Habit number 3. Poor diet. What if every single meal you eat is either building your future or destroying it? And most men have been unknowingly choosing destruction 3 times a day, every day, for decades. The modern male diet is a crisis that is not being discussed loudly enough. Men are consuming processed foods, refined sugars, excessive red meat, fast food, packaged snacks, and chemical-laden beverages, and treating this as normal. It is not normal, and the body knows it, even when the mind has convinced itself otherwise. Here is what happens inside the body when a man consistently eats a poor diet. Chronic inflammation begins, and this is the word you need to remember: inflammation. Because chronic internal inflammation is the biological root of almost every major disease that kills men. Heart disease, type 2 diabetes, certain cancers, Alzheimer's disease, arthritis, metabolic disorders. All of them trace back to chronic inflammation. And chronic inflammation is fed, literally fed, by poor dietary choices every single day. But here is what is even more alarming. The gut, your digestive system, is now being called the second brain by medical researchers. The gut produces over 90% of your body's serotonin. Serotonin is the chemical responsible for mood, motivation, emotional stability, and mental clarity. When men eat poorly, they are not just damaging their heart and liver. They are chemically altering their brain. They are reducing their own happiness. They are lowering their motivation. They are making depression more likely. They are literally feeding sadness. And most men have no idea this connection even exists. They think food is just fuel. But food is medicine, or it is poison. And there is very little in between. Habit number 2, the sedentary lifestyle. What if I told you that sitting down, the thing you are probably doing right now, the thing most men do for the majority of their waking hours, has been scientifically proven to be more dangerous than smoking? I want that to land. More dangerous than smoking. A major study published in Medical Research found that men who sit for more than 8 hours a day without physical activity have a mortality risk comparable to obesity and smoking. And the terrifying reality is that the average modern man, working a desk job, commuting by car, coming home to a couch, sleeping, and repeating, is sitting for 10, 11, sometimes 12 hours every single day. The human male body was designed for movement. For thousands of years, men walked, ran, lifted, climbed, labored. The cardiovascular system, the lymphatic system, the metabolic system, all of them require movement to function properly. When movement stops, the systems begin to fail. Blood circulation slows. Blood clots become more likely. Metabolic rate drops. Fat accumulates, particularly visceral fat, which is the dangerous fat that wraps around your internal organs and slowly strangles them. Testosterone levels drop in men who are physically inactive. Bone density decreases. The risk of blood pressure disorders, cardiac events, and type 2 diabetes skyrockets. And here is what makes this habit so insidious. A man can be completely sedentary and still feel relatively fine for years. There are no immediate warning signs, no sudden pain, no obvious red flag. The damage is gradual, cumulative, and by the time symptoms appear, the disease is already advanced. 30 minutes of movement per day. That is all the research asks for. 30 minutes. And yet millions of men cannot find it, will not prioritize it, and are paying for that choice with their lives. And now, habit number 1, the one that outranks all of them: chronic stress and sleep deprivation. What if the 2 things you consider most normal, being stressed and not sleeping enough, are the most medically catastrophic combination a human body can experience? I have combined these because they are inseparable. Stress destroys sleep. Lack of sleep amplifies stress. Together, they form a biological death spiral that millions of men are trapped inside right now, and most of them are wearing it as a badge of honor. Let us talk about sleep first. The male body absolutely requires 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night. This is not optional. This is not a preference. This is biology. During deep sleep, the brain clears toxic waste proteins, including the same proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. During sleep, the body repairs damaged tissue, regulates hormones, consolidates memory, and strengthens the immune system. Testosterone, the defining hormone of male health, is produced almost entirely during sleep. When a man consistently sleeps less than 6 hours, here's what happens inside his body. Testosterone levels drop by 10 to 15% after just 1 week of poor sleep. Cortisol, the stress hormone, rises dramatically. Insulin resistance increases, moving the body toward diabetes. Inflammatory markers spike. The immune system weakens. Cognitive function deteriorates. Emotional regulation collapses. And the heart, already under pressure, begins to show signs of strain. And men celebrate this. Men say, "I only need 4 hours." Men wear sleeplessness like it proves their dedication. And meanwhile, their body is silently, systematically failing. Now add chronic stress to that picture. Men today are living under financial pressure, professional pressure, relationship pressure, social pressure, and the pressure of constantly performing, providing, and appearing strong. This chronic stress keeps the body locked in a state called fight or flight. Cortisol floods the bloodstream. Adrenaline stays elevated. The body believes it is in constant danger. And in this state, every single biological system is compromised. The immune system is suppressed. Digestion is impaired. The cardiovascular system is overworked. Brain cells are damaged. The hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory and emotional processing, physically shrinks under chronic stress. Men lose mental sharpness. They lose emotional balance. They lose physical health. And they lose years. This is why chronic stress combined with sleep deprivation is the #1 habit shortening men's lives. Because it does not attack one system. It attacks every system, simultaneously, relentlessly, and quietly. What if today was the day everything changed for you? You have just heard 5 habits that are statistically, medically, and scientifically proven to be shortening men's lives. Alcohol at number 5. Emotional suppression at number 4. Poor diet at number 3. A sedentary lifestyle at number 2. And at the very top, chronic stress combined with sleep deprivation. None of these are hopeless. None of these are permanent. Every single one of them can be addressed, improved, and reversed with awareness and intentional action. But the first step, always, is knowing. And now you know. The men who live long, strong, purposeful lives are not the ones who worked the hardest or sacrificed the most. They are the ones who paid attention, who took their own health seriously, who were brave enough to change, not for weakness, but because they understood that a man who takes care of himself is a man who can truly take care of everyone and everything he loves. Your life is worth more than the habits that are quietly stealing it. It is time to take it back.